Welcome to Winging It. Playing Arkham Horror the card game today. This is Return to the Doom of Eztli with Winifred and Jacqueline. I am playing the two starter deck investigators, but not using their starter decks. I have custom built these decks. I did start this campaign about a couple months ago. I'm not really sure. It's been a long time since the first scenario. The Innsmouth conspiracy came out, and I got distracted, and just now returning. So my head really isn't in these decks very much. I don't remember what I was doing. So let's hope I can get back into it, but I can't promise it'll be great. Anyway, there's a link below. You can see the deck upgrades that I made. Those deck upgrades actually were chosen back when right after I did the first scenario. So I'm sure I had in mind whatever strategy that was going to be. So let's go ahead and drop our opening hands and get started. So Winnie will draw 5 cards. She gets, watch this, Sneak By, getting some economy, Hatchet Man, Quick Thinking, and Lockpicks. Okay, Lockpicks is definitely a card that we want. For the rest of this, I think we discard it. We're looking for a Gregory Gry, and yeah. Okay, we get Reckless. Okay, Lucky Secret Case was the other card I was going to mention. We get her signature, which is nice. The Gregory Gry. Okay, I don't think I could ask for anything better. So, great. Maybe some skills eventually. But we should be able to fill up with skills with the Lucky Cigarette Case and getting some draw. Alright. And Jackie. Some clue tech, some fighting tech. That kind of stuff is what we're looking for. We'll keep the shriveling, I think, and the right of seeking. Well, that's what I said, right? We'll drop everything else. We would like to get an ally. Arbiter Fates. Robes. Okay, we got Dark Prophecy. We got a Ritual Candles. And we've got, okay, the robes. Excellent. Alright. That's pretty good. I would like to get the ally, but we'll take it. So, in true Mystic fashion, she is going to just take some setup time, but that's probably okay. Alright, looking at Agenda 1. Something stirs. Despite Ichitaka's warning, you've entered the ruins of the temple in search of an ancient knowledge and artifacts. And this agenda gets +2 Doom threshold, so it's a 8 Doom threshold. And when the agenda advances, we don't remove Doom from locations in play. Okay, and then we get the Act 1A, Into the Ruins. After your hellish journey through the jungle, the quiet solitude of the temple's ruin sows paranoia in your mind. Serpent eyes glare at you from the darkness. Every drop of water and fallen pebble causes you to whirl about in search of danger, but the real danger is yet to come. And then it's got an explore mechanic. We're looking for 6 clues, and then we're on the entryway. It has an action to resign. It's 2 shroud, 2 clues. Check your supplies. If you have torches, look at the top 2 cards of the exploration deck. Discard 1 treachery or enemy looked at by this effect. Shuffle the exploration deck. This ability can be used at any location. That would be Winnie, who has the torches. Alright, and there are 2 clues there. So I think what I want to do is to play the lockpicks, play the Lucky Cigarette Case, and then investigate for Winnie. It won't get her money, which she will need, but it will get her cards, which she wants to fill her hand up with cards so she can get her engine going, assuming I succeed by 2. So that's a, and then I think Jacqueline is just going to play the robes, play the shriveling, so she has a way to do combat, and then probably take her resource, which means we can go ahead and let Winnie use Jacqueline's ability to make sure she gets all the goodies from the lockpicks. I'll also mention they each took a physical trauma from not having blankets. Jacqueline, of course, has her 2 mental trauma from the arcane research, and we did use medicine to get rid of Jacqueline's poison. All right, so action 1, Winnie will spend 3 to play lockpicks. This is the upgraded lockpicks. Then we'll spend 2 for Lucky Cigarette Case. And last action, we'll investigate. Using Jacqueline's ability. So pulling 3, choosing 1. Lockpicks does exhaust. Alright, we get a -1, a skull, and the elder thing will choose the -1, so we succeed by 2. We get a clue, we don't break a lockpick, and we get to draw a card, which will be another Lucky Cigarette Case. Alright, Jacqueline will spend 2 for the Robes of Endless Night. We will exhaust it and reduce the cost by 1 to play a Shriveling. And 2. And she'll just take a resource for action number 3 with the idea that I could explore and get a location out, but it would be kind of nice to be in Winnie's location. And we still want to be able to pay to get the Right of Seeking out, which this will allow us to get the Right of Seeking out next turn. Alright, so now I'll do Upkeep. Winnie will get Reckless. Oh man. Alright. It's not too hard to clear, though. Yeah, this is actually in our hands. She gets a resource. It's not going to be too hard to clear with lockpicks, I don't think. Alright, and then Jacqueline will get a Ward of Protection. Very good. And a resource. Okay. We are at 1 of 6 doom. And he will draw Obscuring Fog. Well, this is a pretty good blank right here. So we can just move out of this location. Okay, and then Jacqueline will get Merging Timelines. Discard the top 5 cards of your deck. For each card in your hand that matches one of the discarded cards by title, discard that card from your hand and lose 1 action. Shuffle each weakness discarded by this effect into your deck. That could get rid of our Right of Seeking, which would be really bad. So we're just going to exhaust through the Robes of Endless Night and take a Horror to play Ward of Protection to ignore that. That's a bad one to get right off the bat. Okay, let's see. Did we spend a resource? We should have. Let's see. Yeah, we didn't. Oh, the Robes of Endless Night. We exhausted that. Yeah. Okay. Because that's the way this works. Okay. So I think she's going to explore, and we'll see what we find. We can put the Right of Seeking out later. I think that makes sense. So we'll do the explore, and hopefully we can find a location that Winnie can clear Reckless with. Okay, so Exploring, we find the Snake Pit, which we're not going, is not connect. The Tomb of the Ancients does not connect. We're looking for something. It's the yellow circle. Okay, the Mosaic Chamber does not connect. Okay, the Grand Chamber does connect. It's a 2-shroud, 2-clue location. Take your supplies if you have a map, and there are no clues. For the remainder of the scenario, it loses Vengeance 1 and gains Victory 1. So we want to have the map, which Jackie has, and she can do that. So we'll go ahead and put this location to play right here with its 2 clues, and we have to shuffle a Treachery into the Encounter deck, or into the Explorer deck. See if I can remember that. She just have 2 actions left. We're going to take a resource and then play Ritual Candles, just to have it out. Okay. And then Wini will take an action to move. She will investigate with lockpicks, committing Reckless. So she's at 5, 6, 7, 8. To beat 2, we're going to use Jacqueline's ability. So we're pulling 3 tokens, choosing 1. I'm really glad to get Reckless out of the way quickly, hopefully. Oh, I didn't pull all of the locations back in here, so fix that real quick. Alright, we get -1, Occultist, and a 0. We'll choose the 0. So we get rid of Reckless. We'll use Lucky Cigarette Case to draw a card, which is a quick thinking. Nice. And we get a clue. So we have one last action. I'm inclined to take a resource so that we can play Gregory Gry next turn, and then start really benefiting from resources. So I think that's good. A little bit of a slow start, but it's okay. Alright, so let's do Upkeep. We'll get an Opportunist. And a resource. And then Jackie with Spectral Razor. And a resource. Okay, we are now at 2 of 8 Doom. Deep Dark. Okay, so no more than 1 clue may be discovered from each location by each investigator each round. At the end of the round, you can discard 1 copy. So, fortunately, we only have 1 clue to get, so it's probably okay. And then Jackie will get Ill Omen. Choose a location where there's at least 1 investigator, place 1 Doom on that location. Each investigator takes 1 horror. Alright, racking up the horror here. Alright, so alright, we need to get an ally out for good old Jackie. Alright, so I think what we do here is we investigate with the lockpicks to get the last clue. I know we put down Gregory Gry, investigate with the lockpicks to get the last clue, and then we explore probably. Alright. Alright, so we're exhausting the lockpicks, we're investigating. I don't think we can go ahead and use Jackie's ability just to make sure we succeed by 2, all that good stuff. And I don't think Jackie's going to be doing it. We could commit cards. Might as well. Oh, wait. Before we investigate, sorry, we're spending 3, first action, to put down Gregory Gry. And then, yeah, we'll take 3 off of Gregory Gry. We're going to commit Opportunist and Quick Thinking, which will allow Wini to draw a card, which is Chuck Fergus, which will come in handy. So the idea is once we deplete Gregory Gry, then we'll get Chuck Fergus into play. All right. So this is our second action. Is this investigate? We are at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Playing 3, we get -1, -2, and a -2. So we'll pull the -1. We get the Opportunist back because we succeeded by 3 or more. We get an action for the Quick Thinking. We get the 3 resources from Gregory Gry. And Lucky Cigarette Case goes off. We get to draw a card. Another lockpicks. Ooh. Okay, and we get the clue. That is why we were doing this. And we got our action back. Okay, so now I think we explore. So we're looking for something that will connect to the star. Because Jackie is the one with the map, which does... Yeah. Alright, so we're exploring. We get Mosaic Chamber does not connect to the star. Snake Pit does not connect to the star. The Sealed Passage does. So this is check your supplies if you have the key of Eztli. We do not, so we can ignore the rest. It's 9 shrouds, 0 clue location. It goes right here. So I think Wini just moves back to the Grand Chamber, and they explore from there. I don't remember if there's like an optimal path or anything with these, so we'll move back there. The other option is we could just play our lockpicks, but I'm more comfortable with them kind of being together. So the question is, what does Jackie do? I think she plays her right as Seeking. Then she could explore. That it would be nicer to explore once she's got. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, we can do that. So, action 1. Okay, so she moved back. Action 1, she will spend 3 exhausting the robes of Endless Night. You know what? She might get an enemy doing the explore. So let's just save that because we want to be able to potentially Spectral Razor for cheaper if we get an enemy from the Explorer deck. Okay, so we'll go, first action is going to be to, oh wait, first action is to yeah, we'll do this action and give it the victory 1. Second action, she'll explore. We get the Mosaic Chamber, does not connect to the star. Throne room does. Okay, so this is, while it has no doom on it, it is considered to be in the victory display for the purpose of counting vengeance. 2 clues. If there are no clues in the throne room, record a mysterious scepter. So we can get that as long as we can clear the clues, which you should be able to do, I guess. It'd be hard to hit that with the 5 shroud. Winnie will be able to do it much easier with the lockpicks. And now she'll exhaust the Robes of Endless Night and spend 3 resources to get a Rite of Seeking out. Okay, so not too bad. It is now time for Upkeep. Then you will draw Quick Thinking. So actually, that might work out for her to get both those clues. Because she could, if she can get an extra action, she could play the lockpicks. Okay, she gets a resource. Play her second copy of lockpicks. Move, lockpicks, Quick Thinking, play lockpicks, play another one. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, and then Jacqueline gets another Robe of Endless Night. So for now, it's just a willpower icon, but a willpower icon is decent enough. Alright. Alright, Deep Dark goes away. We are now at 4 of 8 doom. Okay, and we get a Curse of Yig for Winnie. It'll put her combat down by 1 and her health down by 1. She gains a Serpent trait. It's probably not too bad. At least not for now. She's not using her combat for fighting. Jacqueline will get Ancestral Fear. You must either place 1 doom in your location and discard Ancestral Fear, or put it in the victory display. It's Peril and a Surge. It means we can't do the Scepter thing. If we do that, do we care about the Scepter? I kind of do. It's gonna feel real bad if we if I end up putting a doom anyway. But we're gonna go ahead and put this in the victory display anyway. It does surge, so we now have a vengeance in the victory display, and we get choose a location where there's at least 1 investigator. Place 1 doom on that. So this will be here with Winnie. He now has 2 horror, although we can put a horror on Gregory Gry. Alright, so we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the question is, how do we want to do this? I think Winnie will be going at 8v5. We can commit the Quick Thinking and the Opportunist, and she should be able to smash this test. So I think she can get both clues off of that, and then we can do the Scepter thing. Alright, so action 1, Winnie moves in. Action 2, we will lockpicks. And we will commit Opportunist and Quick Thinking. So we're at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, V5. We get to draw a card, which is a Manual Dexterity, level 2. Alright, we're using Jacqueline's ability. Very important, we succeed by 2 or more. So that we can... Oh, and we're going to put 3 resources from Gregory Gry into this. Okay, so just let's see what our odds are. If we're at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... It's 5. Okay, it's got to be a -2. That's pretty good odds. Okay. Alright, so here we go. So we get 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we have to resolve 2, which will be the Elder Sign and the skull, which is -1. So that ends up being a net 0. So we succeed by 5. It says for every 2 points you succeed by, you get a card back. So we get the Quick Thinking back. We get the Opportunist back. We get the 3 resources from Gregory Gry. We get the clue. And then we trigger a Lucky Cigarette Case to draw a card, which is a Nimble. Okay. And we get an action back because of Quick Thinking. So we will then spend 3 of our resources to play our other lockpicks. We will just stack these, I think. Actually, it's going to be hard to picture that. So we'll put them here. We will exhaust these lockpicks for our last action. 5, 6, 7, 8 to beat 5. We can do the Opportunist and the Quick Thinking again, just to make sure we get this. And if we don't get the action, that's okay. And we'll draw a card for committing that, and we get a Well Connected. Okay. Let's see. We'll go ahead and gamble 2. I should have already said this at the beginning, but we're putting 2 resources into this from Gregory Gry. So we're 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, V5. Zero. Okay, awesome. So we get the 2 resources from Gregory. We get the clue. We get the extra action from Quick Thinking. And we do get the Opportunist back. Okay. So the question is, what do we do now? I could explore. I could put out Chuck Fergus. I could put out the Well Connected, but the Well Connected isn't going to be that useful. Probably just going to commit it. We could also do the scepter thing. She also has the ability to do the action with the torches. But actually, what I think, we're going to drop cards, but maybe that's okay. Let's see, how many treacheries are in there? Quite a lot. Because I think that Jacqueline is going to want to explore, so making it safer for her to explore actually feels better. I know I'm going to have to ditch some cards, but that's probably okay. Alright, so we will do the torches action to look at the top 2, and if we get a treachery or an enemy, we can discard one of the 2. So we're looking at the top 2, we get Vengeful Serpent, awesome, and Ancient Hall. Okay, so we get to discard Vengeful Serpent, which, that's just fantastic. Got very lucky there. Okay. So action 1. We'll go ahead. Jackie will record the scepter thing in the campaign log. Action 2, we will go ahead and do the exploration deck. And we get, a Crypt Chill. All right. So we are testing for willpower. We're at 5 willpower. I mean, what are we gonna ditch here? I guess the ritual candles if we fail. We're pretty good odds. 1 up. We'll commit the robes of endless night to be 2 up. That is revealing a token if you fail, place 1 doom in your location. That is an auto fail. Okay, so we lose ritual candles. We put a doom on our location. That was just a spectacular failure in every way. But at least we got the scepter before the doom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're going to be close to advancing here. Okay, well that was just terrible. We're going to go ahead. Do we want to explore now? Though, I think we want to wait until next turn in case we end up at a location by ourselves. So last action, she's just going to draw a card because cards are good in a card game. So, we had an internal injury. All right. Cards are sometimes good in a card game. So we take a direct damage. All right. What is this? Okay. And we do need one more clue before we can advance. All right. Upkeep. Wini gets a perception, and so we have to decide what we're going to get rid of. She's got too many cards in hand. We're definitely going to drop a cigarette case. And I think we drop the well-connected for now, because I just don't see us having enough resources to do anything with that. Maybe if we had to watch this, it would become better. I might regret it. Well, the thing is, we have Chuck Fergus in our hand, which I kind of do want to play. So, all right, and then that just brings our resources down even more. Okay, Jacqueline will get Clairvoyance, so we have some clue tech that we can get into play when we're done with the Rite of Seeking, and we're at 3 resources. All right, we are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of 8 doom. Drawing an encounter card, we get, okay, Tindalus Alpha. He's alert, retaliate. For your attacks, you shuffle a non-story asset you control into your deck, removing all damage and horror from that asset to your investigator. Discard Tindalus Alpha. Okay. So, just evade him fairly easily, I think. And then we will get Entombed for Jacqueline. Okay. Well, we're going to... I think that we evade the Tindalus Alpha, then we clear the Entombed, and then she'll have to clear her own internal injury. I think that makes sense. Okay, so to evade the Tindalus Alpha, Tindalus, I don't know. So we have this manual dexterity and opportunist. Yeah, we'll do that. And we'll use Jackie's ability on that. So we're evading, we're at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we get to draw a card, which will be, watch this. Oh. Let's see, when do we say that we do this ability? It's when investigator location would reveal any token. So we could choose not to do her thing, because I want to save it for like the watch this. So we're not going to do it this time. We're not going to use her ability this time. We're at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 V4. We're up by 5. We should be able to pass this. Author sign. Okay, that is ridiculous. We have 5, so we get both cards back. We draw 2 cards. Which is an intel report. And a sneak by. Okay, and this guy is evaded, and we'll discard him at the end of the round. Okay, now we're going to test Jackie's Entombed, so we'll commit sneak by, and watch this. Doing 3 resources on watch this, and 1 from Gregory Gry, using Jacqueline's ability. And I guess we get to draw a card, so we'll do that. Which is I'm out of here. Pretty solid card for this scenario. Alright, so we are at 5, 6, 7, 8 to beat the 4 on here. Drawing 3 cards. Or 3 tokens. So we get... Alright, we choose the +1. And so we get the resource from Gregory Gry. We get to double the ones from Watch This. Now I'm wishing I had that well connected back. And the Entombed is gone. And then I will spend 3 of these resources to overwrite Gregory Gry with Chuck Fergus. Since we are going to have to get rid of cards anyway, might as well just go ahead and play him. And now we've got some events that we can... we've got actually only 1 event in our hand, which is Backstab, which we can play with Chuck. But there should undoubtedly be more in my deck, because I built it for that. So that is her last action. So now Jacqueline will take 2 to clear internal injury. And does she go ahead and explore last action? Same issue as last time. I want to make some progress, but I mean, what's she going to do in that new location? I don't think she's going to do anything in that new location. So she's going to take her last action to just draw a card. Okay, Voice of Ra. So if we need resources, we have a way to get some. Okay. So this guy, right... at the end of the enemy phase, discard him. So he actually engages, but then just goes away. Goodbye. Alright. Alright, and then Wini will get Arrogance. You must commit Arrogance to each eligible skill test you perform. This icon subtract from your skill value instead of adding to it. If it succeeds, return it to your hand. It's going to clog up our hand for a while. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You've got to ditch 1 card. It's probably going to be the Opportunist, I think. Although, that Opportunist is really good for card draw. We could just ditch the Perception. We'll keep the Perception. Alright, and then she gets a resource. So we're at 9 resources. And Jackie will get Storm of Spirits. Okay. And a resource. Alright, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This will be the 8th Doom. So the agenda advances. Just then, a sound thrums in the walls of the temple, a dull hammering similar to that of a generator. Grooves in the walls and the ceiling flicker and start to glow. It is as though the temple is alive, and it senses your presence. The strange statue and carvings you've seen, coupled with the dim glow and the power coursing through the walls, makes it clear that this temple isn't Aztec in origin. And in fact, it appears to be from an even older, more ancient civilization altogether. You feel as though you are an intruder in a world you cannot begin to understand. Confirming your worst fears, a loud hiss and rattling echoes throughout the temple. Whatever you just woke up, it is not happy to see you. Spawn set aside Harbinger of Velusia, the location with the most doom. So we have the new and improved Harbinger of Velusia. Right, she is a 224. She has Alert, Hunter, and Retaliate. While she has 10 or more damage on her, she gets +2 fight and -2 evade. So she's hard to evade at first. If we can get some damage on her, she becomes easier to evade. After a successful attack or an evasion attempt against the enemy, this enemy ends. So it's after it ends, which is different from her originally in the original version, because before, when you put the last one on, she would just disappear before you would, when you successfully attack. This time you put the damage on and then she disappears. So it's kind of like a little bug fix there. But anyway, you place 1 resource on her, and then if there are 4 resources on her, she vanishes with a sinister hiss. You put it outside of play, and it keeps all damage tokens. Also, notice that this version does not attack, does not have retaliate, or does not retaliate when exhausted, unlike the original. So she goes here at the Grand Chamber, and then we have the new agenda. The Temple Warden. The serpent creature emerges from the shadows with terrifying speed. It is bedecked in gilded feathers and wields a golden spear, the blade tip unravaged by time. The rattle at the end of the creature's tail produces a tremendous noise as the creature hunts you throughout the ruins, and it gains +2 doom threshold, so it's a 14 doom threshold, but we are starting with 3 doom in play. And it is time for encounters. And we get a Vengeful Serpent. Okay. One of those has already been discarded. That's for Wini. And then we get a Final Mistake. All right, for Jacqueline. It's going to get +1. So this is a 4 agility. This is a 4 agility. No, 3 agility, because there's 1 doom here. It's a 3 agility, and she's at 3. So I think she just eats this. So we'll just commit arrogance to this. And let her fail it and take the damage. She can soak some damage. It's okay, I think. So here we go. She's going at, oh, actually her agility is 2, so that's 1v3. So yeah. Alright, that is -1, -3. She fails, she takes 2 damage. It's fine. She'll put a damage on Robes of Endless Night, and she'll take a damage here. 3 of 6, getting a little concerning. But it is what it is. But at least arrogance is gone. Okay, so we can evade the Vengeful Serpent. And then we can, alternatively, we can just shrivel it, and when it comes back, we can Storm Spirits. Actually, that seems pretty good. So yeah, we'll just shrivel. The Vengeful Serpent. So it doesn't eat our actions. We're at 5v2. We'll use Jacqueline's ability on this, so we don't hit Wini. Alright. So we get 1, 2, 3. We'll take the +1. And it is dead. Into the victory display. Alright, now we are going to explore, looking for something that has the plus. Oh my gosh, another Final Mistake. Alright. Oh man. We do not want to take this damage. So I think when he just commits anything you can do better, which gets her up to a 8v3. Yep. Oh, nope. That's commit only to a test skill test you are performing. Just kidding. Ha ha ha. Okay, so we could commit I'm out of here to this to get her up to 3 to 1 up. Gosh, man, this is going to be brutal. I think we just lose the robes. Final mistakes, man. It's gross. We can commit the manual dexterity. I think that gets her 2 up. Yeah. All right, so we'll actually commit the manual dexterity. So that gets her to 2, 3, 4, 5 v3, and then she'll commit the Dark Prophecy to be 6 v3. You can play the Dark Prophecy, but the problem is that the skulls, well, yeah, it doesn't really help her a whole lot. It's better to be up 6 v3 so she can beat the skulls. All right, -2. Okay, she passes by 1. So Winnie gets to draw 1 card. Which is regular manual dexterity. Regular, that's nice. Okay. All right, and then for her last action, she will explore yet again, looking for things that connect to the plus. We get, okay, the Tomb of the Ancients. All right, so this is check your supplies. If you have a rope, we don't. It's a force route to clue location. And I believe it goes up here, if I recall correctly about how this scenario is designed, what the layout is. We don't need both of those clues. But I'd like to get 1 resource on the Harbinger. So what I am going to do, I think, is to move back manual dexterity and nimble. We'll see. We would be at 5, 6, 7, 8 to beat 4. It's not awesome. Maybe we don't do that just yet. Oh, we need to shuffle in a card for the Explorer deck. So we have 1 treachery with 4 here. Either one of those. I actually think, I think the heart goes here. Yeah, and this is actually over here. So actually that's a good place to be. So we can go there, get the clue, do the explore. I think that works. Yeah. All right, so action 1, she will move in. Action 2, she will lock picks. And we'll just commit a straight up perception to this. We're at 5. She doesn't need to. Yeah. All right. 5, 6, 7, 8 to beat 4. Lock. Well, we'll go ahead and do it. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to beat 4. -1. Don't break a lockpick. We get the draw from the perception, which is an opportunist. And then we can lucky cigarette case, which we will do to get another nimble. It's the clue. We can spend all of our clues. Wait, before we spend all of our clues, we're going to use the action, the torches action. We got a 50-50 chance of hitting hitting the treachery in here. So look at the top two. We get Ancient Hall and Brood of the Egg. Okay, which we get to discard. Okay, so we got it out. Nice. Okay, now we'll do the advance. The ruins are far more vast than Alejandro had anticipated. Carvings in the walls and hieroglyphs etched into the stone altar suggest the existence of a central chamber underground. Perhaps a hidden passageway will show you the way to this chamber, the very heart of the temple ruins. Shuffle this aside a Chamber of Time location into the exploration deck. So we can grab that. It's right here. It's shuffled in. Okay, as you pass the strange glyphs in the walls, the ruins groan and creak in protest, and the carvings glow ominously. Years of deterioration have faded the pattern of these glyphs, and the surrounding stones seep with a vicious pus. If only you had some way to restore the glyphs. Well, guess what Jackie does? She brought chalk. Check your supplies. If any investigator has chalk, remove this act from the game, otherwise you get a Vengeance 1. So we do have the chalk. So, good deal. Alright. And that was her last action. So the Harbinger hunts. Okay. And when he gets a card, which is Intel Report. Resource. I didn't actually show the next act, which I should have shown, which is Magic and Science. Whatever's inside the central chamber must have been very important. Much care was taken to obscure its location. Same explore mechanic and objective, only investigators at the Chamber of Time may spend the requisite number of clues as a group to advance, and we're looking for 4 clues. Alright, and now return back to Upkeep, and Jackie will have Astral Travel. Okay, that's a good card to have. Okay. Placing a Doom. We are at 1, 2, 3, 4 of 12 Doom. And Winnie will get Deep Dark. Oh man, I wish we could cancel that. Alright. And then Jackie will get Merging Timelines. Okay, so we can't lose our Astral Travel, which is the card I really care about the most. So, not that I have any say, but we're going to discard top 5 cards of our deck. So we're discarding Azure Flame, Prescient, Ritual Candles, Guts, and Guts. Okay, so no hits. That did nothing to us, actually. Other than, you know, get rid of some good cards. Oh, actually, I forgot. We needed to get rid of some cards from Winifred. So, she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards. Okay, we just got to get rid of 1 card. We will probably get rid of one of the Nimbles. Nimble's a good card, but I just don't think we need 2 of them. Alright, so I think Winnie's going to start off with the Explore. And we're going to try to find... actually, Jackie will do the Explore. Yeah. So she's going to explore. We're looking for the Chamber of Time. That's action 1. Alright, so... in case the Explorers like totally fail, and I need Winnie to go back and take care of the Harbinger of Illusia. That's the thinking here. Alright, we get Chamber of Time. Easy game. Wow. Okay. It is a 4 Shroud. 4-clue location after the Chamber of Time enters play. Attach this set Relic of Ages to the Chamber of Time. Place 1 Doom on the Chamber of Time. And it's a Vengeance 2, a Victory 2. She is here. There are 4 clues. And let's see, it's First action, we got to get the Relic of Ages. Attach it here. Let's see, do we have a way to just investigate at a 3v4? And we got to put one Doom on there. Okay. I don't really think we have a great way of investigating this. So we will just draw a card, and then last action we'll Rite of Seeking. Alright. Now we got another Rite of Seeking. Let's see, can we just throw icons at this? We have a Clairvoyance and a Rite of Seeking. We could throw it. We would be at 3, 4, 5. 1 up is not amazing. Even using her ability would not be great. So we will Rite of Seeking. Actually, yeah. Do we care? Oh. It's kind of a deal. Okay. We want to be 3 up. We'll commit Voice of Ra and Storm of Spirits, because Storm of Spirits could kill her anyway. Using her ability, we are at 5, 6, 7 to get 1 clue because of Deep Dark. So we're playing 3 tokens. One, 2, 3. Okay, we'll choose the -2. So we succeed. We get 1 clue. I just need to get 2 more clues. Alright, so Winnie will move for action 1. Action 2, she will just lockpicks. So 5, 6, and 8 to beat 4. That is -3. So she does break a lockpick. She gets a clue on that. I guess we will just draw a card for her last action since we can't get another clue. So she'll draw a card, which is Hatchet Man. Okay. Alright. The Harbinger is going to hunt. Here. To upkeep. When you will draw a backstab. I think we'll drop an intel report and a backstab and a Hatchet Man. 1, 2. No, we don't need to drop that many cards. We'll keep the backstab in our hand. All right. Actually, no. We'll keep the backstab in our hand. All right. We're missing a VP enemy. I just realized. We get a resource. All right, and then get a Dark Prophecy. A resource. We are now at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Doom of 14. Winnie will draw. Final Mistake. Okay. We can commit a Manual Dex and Opportunist to this. And which draws our card, which is Gregory Gry. Okay. We're not using Jacqueline's ability. We're set 5, 6, 7 to beat 3. Because it gets +1 for the Doom on it. Okay, we take 2 damage. draw no cards. Okay, and then Jacqueline. Oh, this Deep Dark is gone. Needs to be gone. Okay, we get Creeping Poison, which surges because nobody's poisoned. Maybe it'll be the VP enemy. Last card. Let's see. Brood of Yig. Nope, it is not. Okay. So the Brood of Yig goes on Jacqueline. Alright. Let's see what we can do here. Well, the first action Winnie will take is to spend 2. No, is to spend 4 for Intel Report to buy both of these clues. Then they can spend all 4 of these clues. Okay, the relic hums with power and throbs in your hands. Energy from the device seeps into the corridors of the ruins, and the structure of the temple shifts. Choose an investigator at the Chamber of Time to take control of the Relic of Ages. So we will choose Winnie. So she gets control of the Relic of Ages. Let's put it right here. Move the placement of each location to form a straight line with the Chamber of Time on the left and the entryway on the right. Each other location is placed from left to right in between these 2 locations in order of how much doom is on them from the lowest to the highest. You can decide the order in the event of a tie. Until the end of the scenario, ignore all location connections. Instead, each location is connected to each location to its left and right. So I will do that, and I will be right back. Okay, welcome back. We've arranged them from left to right in the smallest to biggest doom, as it says. And then we have this last act, which is Escape the Ruins. The ruins are shuddering with the tremendous power. You fear the structure may collapse if this keeps up. You have to escape with the relic. While there are 3 more vengeance points in the victory display, there's only 1 right now. Each enemy serpent gains +1 evade. If each undefeated investigator has resigned, advance. Alright, so we can go ahead and kill this Brood of Yig, I suppose. Action 2. We will exhaust Chuck Fergus. Actually, we'll just do a free trigger. Spending 3 for backstab. To backstab this Brood of Yig that is on... Actually, we will engage first. Yeah. Then we will backstab using the free trigger and spending 3, getting the +2 to the fight, right? Okay, yeah, that works. So we are, we're at 5, 6, 7 to beat the Vengeance and the Vengeance display. Let me just make sure. Deck of Victory 1. Okay, none of these things put Vengeance in the Victory display. Oh. Okay, this does have Vengeance. So we have 2 Vengeance. So this Brood of Yig is a 4 fight. And we are at 5, 6, 7. And we'll just commit this to be up by 1 billion. Anything you can do better. Alright. And right, we'll even use Jackie's ability, because why not? So 1, 2, 3. Okay, we'll pick the 0. We don't need to do Lucky Cigarette Case, because the Brood of Yig is just dead. And then we will play I'm out of here to allow us to resign. So we will just resign. We have the relic. We are out of there. Okay. And then Jacqueline will exhaust the Robe of Endless Night. That was Winnie's last action. And pay 2 resources to play Astral Travel. She has to reveal a token. Actually, she moves to any revealed location, which would be here. She reveals a token. Doesn't matter because she doesn't have an item. Actually, this is an item, isn't it? Yeah. So she can discard her Robes of Endless Night if she reveals a spooky token. She does not. Alright, and then action 2. she resigns. So, good deal. They got it. So this is a victory point. This is a victory point, but it's also a vengeance. We got a vengeance from here, so that's 2 vengeance. 1, and then this is also 2 vengeance and 2 victory. So we got 1 victory, 2, 3 victory points, 4 victory points. We got 4 victory points and 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 vengeance, 4 victory. I can live with it. That is the Return to the Doom of Eztli. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you next time on Winging It.